What is going on with you, YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. Yes, you see it. Sony PS4 controller, Xbox 360 controller, they're about to face off. Now, don't forget to like the video. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. A lot of this will be going down as we enter the next generation. Alright, I reviewed the Sony DualShock 4 against the DualShock 3 controller, and I feel like this controller was designed to be better than this one. The DualShock 4 had this in mind and said we're going to make it better than the DualShock 3. So when you put these two controllers together and face off, you can literally quote facts on why the DualShock 4 is a better controller than the DualShock 3. You could be factual and be right in your review. When you're putting these two controllers against each other, it's really opinion based. This controller is really regarded by a lot of people as the best controller of all time. And my personal opinion is, yes, this is my favorite controller of all time. Of all video game controllers, this is my favorite. So how does the DualShock 4 match up? I'll tell you, it's a close race. It's a close race. Now, let me start off by saying this controller really isn't competing with the Xbox 360 controller. It's just that the Xbox One isn't out. We don't have that controller yet, and I can't put them up against each other. But we'll see how it fares against the Xbox 360 controller. But this is not this controller's competition. They said they've improved this controller and spent some stupid number like 100 million or a billion. I don't know what they said in research and development. Some number that I don't believe, because this is a really good controller. Doesn't need a whole lot more improvements. I'll start out by telling you what I don't like on each controller. Alright, let's see. The PS4 controller is not a lot to not like about it, other than I don't know about these buttons, this option button and also the share button. They're a little flush. They don't have a lot of give, and in the heat of battle, when it's a split-second decision and you need to push one of these, you know what I mean, you don't have a real tactile feel of where it's out on the controller. Will it be a problem? I doubt it. Also, this touchpad, not sure how this is going to play out. Hopefully it's not quite like the 6-axis where it just, it was blah. Hopefully they can really put some use of this and use some ingenuity and really make this part of the gaming experience. It pushes in. There's limitless opportunities for them to involve this. But if they don't use this correctly, it could literally just be a waste of space and something else could have been there. Alright. Those are the main things I don't really care for about the controller. This controller has a lot to like. Now this one, there's a bunch of things I do care for, but what I don't care for, the directional pad stinks. It's not nearly as good as this guy. The RB, these are not my favorite buttons in the world. They're not horrible, but the bumpers, I think I prefer the left and right button, the way they feel on this controller compared to these bumpers. And these triggers are perfect. I'm going to take these Xbox triggers over, even though it's improved, I'm going to take it over the PS4 triggers any day. Also, the face buttons, I think I prefer Sony's face buttons. I think I prefer Sony's face buttons over these chiclet style hard plastic face buttons. Don't know, that's a close one. But what does it come to at the end of the day? Bottom line, how does the controller feel in your hand? Is it comfortable? You're going to be holding this for, I mean, can you imagine if you just counted all the hours you held this guy for? You know, you're going to be holding this controller for years and years to come. So how does it feel when you're holding it? And that's what I'm going to base my answer on. And in a split hair decision, I think the Xbox 360 controller still wins the battle, in my personal opinion. And if they've improved on this design, then the Xbox One is going to be running away when it's pitted against the PS4 DualShock 4. I just feel like, for whatever reason, this wide wing is just, it's literally made for my hand. Like, I couldn't come up with a better shape or design of a controller to hold than the Xbox 360. This isn't bad, don't get me wrong. It's actually really, really, really good. And if you say you're crazy, the DualShock 4 is better than the Xbox 360 controller, you're definitely not wrong, because what this comes down to is personal preference, what matters most to you, what's the most comfortable for you. But in a split hair decision, I'm still going to take the Xbox 360 controller over the DualShock 4. Get active in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll get at you guys another time. Peace.